Hi, good morning. Well, today's an exciting day. It's June the 27th, 2024, and it's the publication day of book number 2, As A Kite Falls. And we thought it'd be quite exciting to wait. This box arrived a few days ago, and we tucked it away and thought we would share with you the unboxing of the first load of books. So, our Stanley knife, which is generally, in my experience, quite a dangerous implement to have, but I'm going to go with it and cut it as best I can. I did wonder what happens if it's not actually copies of the books and it's like our new hose pipe or something, which is going to be not quite as interesting for you to see, but let's, fingers crossed, it is copies. This is the first time I'll have had one of these in my hands. So, wow, it's quite a weird moment. This book holds more boxes. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here's something. This book feels like it's been... it is! Copies of the book! This book... Ooh, Spot UV. Who doesn't love a bit of Spot UV on the kite? This is the book. Here it is for you to see. Look at that. With a glistening kite. So, wow, this book has been, I don't know, 52 years, I guess, in the making, in some respects. And look, it's got lovely flaps inside. Look at that. Who doesn't like a nice book flap? Whoa, and a book flap at the back as well. You can see all of that. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the insides of the book in a minute, but it feels, well, I feel really shaky having this book in my hands. So, 52 years in the making, and this book tells the story of, I think, what was my crushing relationship with dissent and darkness, and how I have best attempted to walk this path. And writing it was really about finding a way to process and make some sense of these last 2.5 years of our life, and actually to act as a, I guess, as a beacon for hope for times in the future when I will face dissent again. I know there will be dark times in my life because we all are going to live through them. So I wrote it really as a bit of a balm and a way to soothe what has been an enormously difficult and testing and challenging time. So I've already shown you the flaps. It's very exciting. It feels very strange to have it. I started writing this properly in the middle of 2023, so a year on, a year on, here we are. So the book's made up of a narrative part at the start, and then throughout I've written haiku, which I started writing when I was having my stem cell transplant, and each haiku is I think designed like a diamond that sits within its setting, and with each haiku you have the setting, which is some narrative and description and context of really what was going on in my life at the time. Whilst this is about my own dissent, and look, this isn't a book about cancer, it's a book that touches on cancer because it was a part of what felt like my free fall. But this book is really about what happens when we feel hopeless, what happens when our life feels so dark and so heavy and full of such despair. And none of us need look very far right now to see people who are living through dark, dark times. We have systems that are collapsing and falling and breaking apart. We've got fake politicians. We've got people who are living through probably some of the toughest times in their lives, systems that are no longer fit for purpose. So whilst I wrote this book for me to make some sense of what was going on and as a beacon of hope and light for me. I hope that this book will act as a beacon of hope and light for those who are also living through their own descent and darkness. It's not a how-to book, it's not a fix-all book, it's a companion. It's a book that I hope will sit alongside people who are on that treacherous path. I have to give a big thanks to Karnak, who published it, who've taken it on to publish it. I have to thank my mother-in-law Sue for some of the artwork that sits inside. I have to thank Laura for the beautiful artwork that also sits inside, which you'll get to see when you get a copy. I need to thank all of those who endorsed it, because it feels a bit like an Oscar speech. All of the people who endorsed it and took the time to read it and support me and be a cheerleader for me. Professor Brett Carr was another person who's really stood alongside me throughout this and was a cheerleader to say, get it off of the laptop and get it into a book. And of course I have to thank Kelly and Mia, who in these last couple of years have been my saving. So look, the book, before any tears, the book is available to buy from today. It's on Amazon. Maybe you're going to consider grabbing a copy for yourself. Maybe you know someone in your life who needs some support and some sense of hope, and maybe you want to grab them a copy too. It's not only available at Amazon, it's available at lots of good booksellers, and especially we must support our indie bookshops. So here it is, birthing day, and here's the dog as well. The dog is equally as excited about my kite flying. So thanks for tuning in, and I'd love to know how the book reaches and touches you in your life. Thanks.